Over the next couple of months, I'm going to cover a few books about Steve Jobs, including his latest book, Make Something Wonderful, which was published by the team at Lovefrom, as well as some of his autobiographies and biographies that have been written about him. But I wanted to start with this book, Steve Jobs in His Own Words, which is surprisingly a New York Times bestseller, as it was the very first book I read on Steve Jobs, and it's full of wonderful quotes and excerpts from his time building Apple. Steve is one of my heroes, and I imagine he's probably one of your heroes. I was fortunate enough to get to work at Apple while he was there and got to see him in relatively close proximity. I got to see a lot of how the culture and company he built actually worked from the inside. So I hope that I have a few interesting tidbits to add. Here are some of my favorite quotes from the book. On Apple's secret. Apple has a core set of talents, and those talents are, we do, I think, very good hardware design. We do very good industrial design. We write very good system and application software, and we're really good at packaging them all together into a product. We're the only people left in the computer industry that do that. A quick quote on why having a diverse set of life experiences matters. A lot of people in our industry haven't had very diverse experiences, so they don't have enough dots to connect, and they end up with very linear solutions without a broad perspective on the problem. The broader one's understanding of the human experience, the better design we will have. And finally, a quick quote on the design of the iPod. Look at the design of a lot of consumer products. They're really complicated surfaces. We tried to make something much more holistic and simple. When you first start off trying to solve a problem, the first solutions you come up with are very complex. Most people stop there. But if you keep going and live with the problem and peel more layers of the onion off, you can sometimes arrive at some very elegant and simple solutions. Most people just don't put in the time or energy to get there. We believe that customers are smart and want objects which are well thought through. And finally, this is one of my favorite quotes. It's a little bit of an unexpected, curveball, and it's on why death is a gift. That's why I think death is the most powerful invention of life. It purges the system of these old models that are obsolete. I think that's one of Apple's challenges, really. When two young people walk in with the next thing, are we going to embrace it and say this is fantastic? Or are we going to be willing to drop our models? Or are we going to explain it away? I think we'll do better because we're completely aware of it and we make it a priority. That's a handful of quotes from Steve Jobs in His Own Words. I'm going to cover many, many more in the episode. For more, listen to episode 172 or visit outlieracademy.com/172.